All right, welcome to my presentation. Bribe and grown adults are how to actually get people to use Managed Software Center. So this presentation came about because we have an awesome Managed Software Center that we set up with all of our stuff in Monkey, but nobody was actually using it. Nobody even knew that it existed. We would tell them to open Managed Software Center, and they would say, "What's that?" So we started a huge campaign to try to increase adoption. And so this is just a little quick talk about that. Hopefully it'll actually be quick. About me, I think I've met just about everybody here at this point, but if not, my name's Rebecca Latimer. I'm the Senior IT Endpoint Engineer at Thumbtack. I am an admin on the MacAdmins Slack and also a MacAdmins Foundation board member. I'm a big geek from northern Minnesota. People ask me where I live, and I say between Duluth and the Canadian border. So I'm like up in the middle of nowhere. And I am also sometimes known as Ginger Scripting. I used to have a blog that I updated regularly. I very rarely update it, so... yeah, so this is just kind of the little 5-step plan that we did. So number one is going to be put everything in Managed Software Center. This was a huge initiative that we did. We got a list of everything that security had approved for our environment, and we threw that in an auto package and we put it into Monkey. I mean, it kind of sucks. I'm going to be honest with you. It's not fun. It's not great to have to keep everything up to date, but it is important because you want people to be able to find what they're looking for in Managed Software Center. So no matter what it is, I include Spotify here because Spotify is actually our #1 most downloaded app for Managed Software Center. It is kind of killing me right now because they update about every 3 days, and it drives people nuts that they're constantly getting prompted to update Spotify. But it's good to have everything that people might want to use in there. We also put like little scripts, little troubleshooting things that people can run on their own, and we also handed it off to our support team like, hey, here's this cool list of things that people can do if, say, like their time gets messed up and they need to run a command to reset the time plist, or kickstart auto update, RIP. So yeah, it's just like, it's full of all kinds of little cool things that people can do. Our IT support team will talk to people and they'll say like, hey, open up Managed Software Center and run this script. It just gets people used to opening up Managed Software Center and they say, oh, this is really cool. There's a ton of stuff in there. And really the first time they open Managed Software Center and they can't find something that they're looking for, they go out on the open web, they download whatever random PKG file they want. You kind of lose at that point because then they know that, you know, that's a better option than actually finding something there. Make it easy to find things. People find things in different ways. I am an elder millennial, but I tend to think like the more Gen Z where I just search for things. I didn't really give any kind of thought to like categorization or, you know, grouping things together. But my coworker was smart enough to be like, hey, some people actually do click on the categories and they're going to click into multimedia. They're going to click into, you know, scripts, you know. So we actually made a big push to make sure that things are where they belong. And putting little fun icons on things, it just kind of makes it more accessible to people. It makes it look more like the App Store. You kind of just want it to be as close to the App Store as possible. Yeah, this enroll in beta thumbs, that's from, I did a presentation at PSU last year about our beta thumbs program, which is our internal beta testing program. Yeah, partner with your comms team. I also talked about this in my beta presentation last time at PSU, but they are a huge resource. They're good at what they do. You know, we're good at what we do. They're good at what they do. So we have some really awesome people on our team, Susie and JD. I love them. They helped me come up with a great plan for how to communicate this to users. That included emails that were going out. That included like we have a hub called Tech Hub where we put all the information for the whole company. And we had a plan in place where we'll see what the adoption is after we do this and see if we need to do more things. And so we had a plan to actually do like a video presentation of how this works. It turned out we didn't actually need to do that because it was very effective. But yeah, the main message that we wanted to send to people is that Managed Software Center is a great place to get software because it's been vetted for security, it's going to be kept automatically up to date, and in some cases it's even going to be optimized for your computer if we have things like licensing that we're putting in there, or if we have like a Mac OS like Silicon and Intel version of things, you know, you can find what you actually need there. Gamify it. We started this around Easter, so we were like, let's put some actual Easter eggs in there. So I literally put actual Easter eggs in there. So these are just scripts that run and just update a plist on the user's machine. And then we had a raffle that we would do. So if everybody found all of the Easter eggs, then they would get entered into a raffle and we would send them some like cool swag. I'm going to be totally honest, nobody found all of them except for a few people in IT. So that didn't exactly go as planned, but some people really got into it. We had like achievement hunters that were like sharing with each other and trying to find where all the Easter eggs were. So it was pretty cool. And make sure you're tracking it. So track that progress. You can do this with, whatever sim you're using or Monkey Reports or whatever. The tool that we have is Jamf, so I set it up in Jamf. We set up extension attributes. The first one is the actual managed installs, and this is people that were actually clicking on things in Managed Software Center and downloading them to their computer. And then the other one is going to be the secret items that they found, which, like I said, was a little bit too successful. But yeah, here's our metrics. It actually really worked well for us. At the beginning of this project, when we started tracking, we had about 305 endpoints that had downloaded something from Managed Software Center. Right now, we have 838. That's out of a fleet of just over 1,000. So we're doing pretty well with it. We're going to keep tracking in the future, see if there's other things that we want to do, if we want to maybe make the gamifying a little bit easier for people so that they can actually find them all. But yeah, that's it. Hopefully it was about 5 minutes. And if you want to find me, this is where I'm at, gingerscripting@gmail.com, or hit me up on Slack.